Back at the Northwest Stream Foundation. Looks like there's a big giant plant sale going on today. Giant plant sale.
Half of Cane Field drains into Swamp Creek.
We've got, we live on 100, so behind our house is Walter Hall Golf Course, and the post office is the next building over.
I saw salmon spawning just downstream from the golf course.
In 78?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Silver salmon were spawning there.
Yeah. We live right on the Swamp Creek, right there. All the woods right between 100th and Cache Park is where we live.
Yeah.
So it's a swamp up there, and our culvert, I think, is the first culvert to go on Swamp Creek underneath the 100th Avenue there. So we're trying to follow it all the way down to Kenmore.
There you go.
Well, the creek goes down.
How come North Creek gets all the attention?
Headwater area connect in Lake
Stickney. We just got out of Lake Stickney. We wet feet there. That's because we were just in Lake Stickney right there.
How come North Creek gets all the
County has
attention?
picked up property on the west end of the lake, so there'll be public access to that lake.
I'm sure
one
there's
fishing
something
access.
unique.
Yeah, we just got done there.
And then
Just pulled out of the water.
down past
Jefferson,
Alderwood Mall,
Swamp Creek Interchange,
I-5405, down
through
to
Briar.
Squires Landing Park.
Is this Squires Landing Park?
No, it's once a year.
Yeah.
It's just an annual
Yeah, we don't know if we're going to
event.
quit in
And it ends
Kenmore or
in
not,
June.
if we're going to continue out and see Lake
I
Washington
know.
and
No.
Mountain Cut
It's crazy.
and Ballard Locks and Salmon Bay, and see if we can get all the way out
Now
there.
there's a group called the Snow King Watershed Council that's kind of adopting Swamp Creek.
Huh?
And they're
What is it called?
Snow King, SNOKING Watershed Council.
Watershed Council.
And they have filed successfully a couple of lawsuits against the county of Painfield.
For building those parking lots up there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We watched them build those parking lots, and then 6 months later, skid them off.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right down the street from our house. I mean, it was literally 100 yards down from the street from our
And
house.
there's a challenge going on against the county right now for, they want to set up a mitigation bank, and I think in Bear Creek. Mitigation for whatever they want to do in other streams in South County.
What's this?
There's no connection.
So this is that area down the street from our house that they turned into a parking lot.
Yeah.
And then they immediately, 6 months after they built this parking lot, they got sued or something, and they had to skin off all the work that they did and put it back to wildlife.
It's a good field for.
It's an awesome field. But that's the deal, though, is that it comes off here and it's all this wetland, basically. The drainage comes off of the airport here, and it goes down into this area, and it turns into a wetlands. And then they put a parking lot in the middle of the wetlands.
Injecting it with herbicide.
So I misidentified. I was telling them this is invasive species, but I misidentified it the other day. So it's Japanese knotweed.
I think that's what that
Yeah,
is.
and that's that big
Black.
thick.
You need to see it
It's a big thick bamboo stalk that and it breaks and then it comes back. But it's all along the banks, all the way down to here, or yeah, everywhere. Yeah.
Not black
You need to find a
locust.
licensed
Not black
flooding
locust.
herbicide applicator. We're licensed spawning contractors. So, yeah, we don't want that stuff.
No, invasive. Do not drop it off here.
All right, good. Well, we got about 25 acres we're going to be walking through.
Yeah.
And we just talked about the watershed. If you want to see, here we are right here in the watershed. And here's the North Creek Watershed.
How come North Creek gets all the attention?
Well, you just said that there's a whole place that's going to take over Swamp Creek, so that's going to be cool. Well, we're at North Creek now, so let's check this out.
Yep. And there's over here. There's Little Bear Creek, and then there's Bear Creek, and there's Swamp Creek, and
yeah.
How many salmon are here?
And if you look,
Do salmon spawn here?
well, we got the Sammamish River here.
Do salmon spawn here?
Not usually this high up because it gets pretty dry, but down by Canyon Park, they'll spawn down there.
So you're showing salmon here coming up through the Salmon Bay. This is what I was talking about. It comes through Salmon Bay.
Yep.
And gets through that's the Ballard Locks there, and then there's the Fremont Cut, Lake Union, Montlake Cut,
Montlake Cut,
Lake Washington. And is this Sand Point here? Is that what that would be called?
Sand Point is right there,
Sand
yes.
Point.
That'd be Sand
And then
Point.
that would be the what's the old base up there? The park that they got up there now, the Myrtle.
There's Matthews Beach.
Matthews Beach, and then the old base that's next to that where Noah's at.
That's
the
down Noah's
park.
down right around
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
And then it goes up to Kenmore and the Sammamish Slough there into the Sammamish River. Huh?
Right.
Swamp Creek dumps out right there too, somewhere around in here.
Yeah. Yeah. It's. Let me think now. Yeah, you're right. It's somewhere around there.
That's awesome.
King salmon.
Yeah.
Silver salmon. Sea run cutthroat trout. Where's the cutthroat trout?
Cutthroat, right?
And you'll see, we've got a trout pond
6
back
to
here,
12
and
months.
you'll see
That's
the
almost a
cutthroat
year.
trout. You'll see the cutthroat trout in a little bit.
Great. Are these life size?
No,
smaller.
they're not life size. Or a creek, it keeps it cooler. Like you stand out here, you want to feel how the warmth is here.
I know, yeah. You know where it's at? Right
It's
here.
warm. It's pretty warm out here, right in the sun.
1625
Right, feel that.
Cypress
Right?
Elementary.
Pretty warm, right?
Cypress Elementary
Okay.
grade school.
And then if you walk
Back
around in the
60s,
shade,
it was a brand new development.
like over here,
You get a riparian area.
and it's cooler. It could be 5 to 10 degrees cooler, and that fish needs cold water. And so if you take away the vegetation around a stream, you'll kill a lot of the fish or the other animals that live in the stream.
Window here yet? That's cool.
Whoa. There's a fish.
You see it? Oh yeah, that's a cutthroat.
Trout, isn't it?
That's a cutthroat. Yep.
He's staring at me.
Staring at you. You staring at him, he's staring at you.
Oh.
You want to see him feed? Should we throw a worm in there for him?
Sure.
I'll go get a worm. He's here. Fresh water here.
Wow, this looks a lot weirder.
That's their spawning mode there. They're swimming upstream to go spawn at that point. When they're out to sea, they're living in cold salt water, and then they go swim upstream into fresh water into the streams.
So this is the cutthroat trout in the freshwater, right?
Cutthroat trout, I believe, stay in fresh water. Is that correct?
They do.
Yeah. Cutthroat trout don't go out to sea.
So that would be.
What is it?
There's a crawler under there.
Crawler?
Are you
Fish crawling.
Are you seeing a crayfish back in there?
Yeah, it was crawling.
Was it crawling on the ground?
Yeah,
Oh, that was
it was like walking.
that was a crayfish probably. So that. Do you have a picture?
Oh yeah, here he is.
Here's the crayfish.
Yeah, there he is. That's a crayfish. Yep.
Western pearl shell mussels.
Delicious,
Yes.
right?
So see how they have two openings?
I like the question Jet just said. They're in the lobster family that are delicious, right?
Well, people do trap
My
them to
favorite
eat.
dinner is
Absolutely.
They do. Yeah. Yep.
Absolutely delicious.
mussels.
Good, clear, clean water. If there's any pollutants in there, they will die out. And you see two ports, so they're pumping in, they're sucking in water, and then blowing it back out. And
Filters.
They're filters. They're filter feeders, and each one of these mussels can filter up to 10 gallons a day.
Wow.
So they're
10
pulling
gallons of water on just that one little guy.
That one
So
little guy.
mussels are like They freshen up the water kind of.
They're freshening the water. They're cleaning
As
the
good
water
as
out.
they can, because if there's too much pollution, they'll die.
Yeah.
They won't survive. So they can't clean up too much; they'll just die.
And some of them get big enough that well, they live to. Some of them can live to over 100 years old.
Wow.
100-year-old mussel. Gonna outlive all of us.
And they need
Not me.
the freshwater mussels need a fish as part of their life cycle because they have little larvae growing inside of them, like little babies, and they need a salmon nearby. And what will happen is a salmon gets by them or touches them, and they have the larva inside of them. They'll spit it out, and it'll go into the gills of the fish, and it'll stay on the gills of fish for about a month, and then the fish move on downstream, and then the larvae drop off, and that's how they distribute.
Yeah. So it's part of the
Distribution.
Since we didn't film an end to our video again, we'll just film El Nopal. There, the perfect end to a video, right there.